Hello everyone and welcome aboard. The news has just broke that they believe they had found the Oceangate submarine that was on its way down to the Titanic. If you are unfamiliar with the Oceangate submarine and it's going missing, you can check out another video I just made a couple days ago. I briefly go over and summarize everything that's been going on in the news. The reason we're making this video today is because more information has just come out and we're going to talk about it briefly, as well as some of the results of what has now come to light. More information will continue to come to light about what's going on, but as of right now, the bad news has finally come over the radio, and they have more or less determined that they have lost the submarine. Our thoughts and prayers, mine thoughts and prayers, go out to all the families and everyone who is affected by this disaster. It is horrible for everybody involved, the marine industry. It's really something else, and we hope to see some more information come to light and hopefully come about to make sure that a disaster like this never happens again. Let's go into a little bit about what just came to light. Missing Titanic submarine has been what they claim to have been found. Fox has it here, and they say that the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. Now, they found this because they sent other unmanned rovers down to search the area, and they have come across these parts, and the Coast Guard has determined this to be the vessel. Everyone has seemed to agree with that statement. Everyone is now claiming that the vessel has been entirely found. Not to throw controversy into this whole ordeal, lower down in the article, a gentleman who is part of this explorers club that I guess members of the crew of the sub were a part of, has stated that he understands debris has been found, which may be the landing frame and rear cover from the tail instrument compartment of the Titan lost on previous dives. However, he claims that tail instrument compartment had previously been lost before. He's not sure there have been any updated visuals of the submersible itself. It sounds like he's still holding on hope. This debris is stuff that had already previously fallen off on other dives. It's a pretty interesting statement because it just kind of displays the fact that the narrative that this submarine was not up to the rigorous standards of diving at this depth is just kind of continually perpetrated through the media and these people's statements, which kind of hammers home the idea that this thing shouldn't have been going down there in the first place, unfortunately. Then there is one other thing that has very recently come to light as of 45 minutes ago, and while I do not have the full article from the Wall Street Journal here because I don't pay for them, it says that the US Navy heard what it believed was a Titan implosion days ago on that Sunday. I'm going to leave you guys with a clip right here from my previous video that I didn't end up putting in the video because I wanted the video to be more of a positive video. I had hoped that they would find the submarine, so I didn't really want to perpetrate any sort of negative impression of what had happened at the time while they were still searching for it. But I'll leave you with this clip and you guys can watch it. Let me know what you think, and then we'll talk about it here in a moment. I do know, or at least I believe, to the best of my knowledge, the Navy does have the ability to find submarines like this underwater. I know that there was an accident in either Chile or Argentina a couple years ago where they lost a submarine. The US Navy knew where it was. If they do make it public knowledge that they know where this thing is or they can find it, it gives other militaries intel on how good the US's search systems are, and they would rather other militaries not know that. So as you can see in that clip and this headline here, I was somewhat right. I don't believe that they maliciously didn't provide this information that they heard the explosion, because I think that they wanted the rescue efforts to commence in case they were wrong. Alternatively, once they have recently found debris down there, the noise that they heard is now more likely to have been that implosion. I fully support the Navy. I do not believe that they had any malintentions by not coming out with this information sooner. However, I do think that it goes back to that point of where they actually mention in this article here, down here where it starts to go away, how the acoustic detection system that they used is top secret. And by coming out with this information, it gives other foreign governments who might not have the best interests of the US in mind the ability to further understand the US's detection systems. This is pretty common, especially with the Navy when it comes to submarines. They're very protective over the intel and what their submarines are doing. So it is something that is an unfortunate reality. However, I don't think that it had any bad intentions. It does show that they did hear the implosion down here where the article starts to fade away just hours after the vehicle had begun its mission, which is a little bit more than a coincidence in my opinion. And then the video we have right here is of the Coast Guard just talking about how they alerted the families immediately and how they found those debris, which are the same debris that this gentleman here, Richard Garriott, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly, mentioned could be from a previous mission. However, with the Navy's new intel, it seems very likely that this was the case and that the vessel imploded shortly after it started its dive. And with that, that pretty much brings all the information we currently have together. It is an incredibly disappointing situation. Once again, our thoughts are with everyone who is affected by this tragedy, including the entire maritime industry, the families involved, and the crews of this vessel. Smooth sailing. I'm not sure I'm going to make another update on this thing. It's incredibly sad, and it seems like they have come to their conclusion.